Hey, it's Fight, and today I would like to talk to you all about what I feel are the modern day problems with YouTube as a system. Now, YouTube is the website I'm making this very video on. YouTube is the leading video creation website. Keyword in that sentence being creation. The problem with YouTube today, between all the Jake Paulers and the cancerous fan bases and demonetization, is what it all links into is stifling creativity. Being told what you can and can't talk about, being told what you can and can't make, being told what you can and can't say. If you think about it in a way, it's a form of digital oppression, almost. Like they're blinding us with propaganda. It's almost a way in which they're telling us what to say. And if we say something they don't agree with, or creates a risk of loss of monetary gain, we're penalised, we're punished, we're told that we're not doing the right thing, because we're not fitting the corporate businessman's personal agenda. That as an idea, and that as the blueprint for a globally owned company, is a fundamentally broken shitstorm. That is a fucking travesty. That this website that has created, such talented people, such creative and individual people, that they care more about the money they make than the creativity they spur, is an outrage. It's an absolute outrage. Here's a prime example of corporate control destroying a once individual creation. Now, this is going to be a bit of an odd example because, if you're an edgy meme lord, you are probably not the type of person that likes Smosh. And rightfully so. Their humour is stagnant and bland, and their channel's basically dead in the water in terms of creativity. It's just the same jokes on a weekly basis, with slightly differing characters and costume designs. However, most of you will probably remember where Smosh started. They started as two people who sat down in 2006 and made a little kind of sketch about how, about miming to Pokemon, about miming to Mortal Kombat, making something stupid, ridiculous. It was filmed on their webcam in an apartment bedroom with CDs on the wall. But it was creative, and people enjoyed it. And if it weren't for people like Smosh, and as much as I hate to say it, I don't like the concept of Fred. I think it's an utterly brainless creation. I think it's stupid, it's unfunny, but at least it was creative, at least it's a character that could be interpreted in a way. For example, if you really psychoanalyze it, it's a kid that's struggling with social anxiety with a prostitute alcoholic mum, but that's beside the point. The point is, those two sets of, Fred and Smosh were, you could call them pioneers of YouTube. They were the first generation of people that were recognisable in this format. However, if you notice, and you look at the Fred channel in the modern day, Lucas Cruikshank has abandoned the idea. He's abandoned Fred Figglehorn. It's no longer a thing. And it's instead been taken over by a company that has made children go around and ask people questions in public, and basically done the kind of thing that loads of other channels are doing, just so that they can make money. The Smosh videos eventually got picked up by a big producer. There was a big old crew and everything, and from about 2008 to 2013, they stuck to a formula they'd created. They kind of had two people Occasionally Ian's mum and other side characters would be there, but it would always be Ian and Anthony in videos, and they would just do stuff and have fun and whatever. And apart from maybe I'd say Nigahiga, I don't know anybody else that's still like that today. Because you know what happened to Smosh, don't you? As I said, they got picked up by a big company, and now it's just a corporately created product which has been suppressed. It's been told what it can and can't say, what it can and can't imply, what jokes it can and can't make, and has been moulded in the image of some corporate businessman. And if that's really what you want your company to promote, if that's really what you want everyone to be thinking consciously as they make stuff for your website, for your system, that is an absolute fucking abomination. I've been personally affected by the over amount of clickbait and over amounts of oversaturation in this media, and it's really getting to me on a personal level. Sometimes I'd like to spend time making a video that has, you know, a well thought out idea, or is really well edited, or is, you know, something special, something of merit, something of value. But then sometimes I might just think, you know what, fuck it. I can just make an eye-catching thumbnail and reap all the gains that I want to. And a lot of people don't have the willpower to say no, including myself. I'm not saying that I'm a, you know, self-proclaimed saint of YouTube. I have utilised clickbait in the past. I have done clickbait. You know, it's not as high key. It's not, you know, the boobs in the thumbnail with the red fucking circle around it, but it's still low key clickbait, or what you can call clickbait. And what I think YouTube has become is an absolute failure of something that promotes creativity, productivity, and individualism. They made the whole thing about supporting gay rights and supporting all that stuff, which I completely morally agree with. I think that, you know, we're all one person and there shouldn't be anything against anyone. But isn't there a bit of a fucking juxtaposition when you have that, and on the other side of the agenda, you have that very same company saying to other creators, well, you can't talk about tragedies because we aren't going to get any more of the money from the network providers that sponsor us that we would do if you didn't. The contrast between telling us that we should be accepting of everyone and what makes them special, and then on the other side saying, oh, well, actually, we shouldn't, and we're going to tell you exactly what to say and when, it's so false, it's so irritating, and it's ruining this medium. It's why people like Jake Paul, people like Rice Gum, are prospering with 10+ million subs, whereas Chris Stuckman, or Your Movie Sucks, or, you know, let's just say creative creators are the ones that aren't doing as well. In this business, you have to be motivated by monetary gain to do well. You can't do well just purely off creativity. And that's because YouTube have no policies against clickbait. If you read into it a bit, clickbait can actually perform a low-key version of 2 felonies: fraud and defamation of character. Let's say you did a thumbnail which made it seem like KSI had cancer, right? It's been done before. That is fraud. Because if you click on the video expecting KSI to have cancer because it's inherently told you in the title that it has, you are telling someone something that is false and leading them into believing something which isn't true, which goes under the line of fraud. Or let's say you made a thumbnail accusing Sniper Wolf or another YouTuber of doing something. That is defamation of character. Because if you accuse someone unjustly and incorrectly of doing something which they did not do, that is, by law, defamation of character. Clickbait is both fraud and defamation of character at the same time. It is simultaneously making someone look like something they're not, and telling the viewer something that is not true, or that they're not going to get, but are led into thinking they will get based on what they see. That is breaching the law. And YouTube aren't doing anything about it. And they never will. Because the clickbait artists are the ones that are getting them all the fucking money. People watch clickbait videos because of the thumbnails and because of the titles. If YouTube really gave half a shit about what clickbait is doing to the the avid creators and the wannabe famous people of YouTube, they'd do something about it. They'd enforce some clickbait laws about, for example, how much of your video is about what was in the thumbnail, or if your thumbnail actually does take place in the video, what it reflects about your video. They can do that. And there'd also be other complications. There'd be laws about, irony, parody, satire. That is a completely separate medium. Obviously, if this system came into play, when it's first introduced, it would be broken. It would be fundamentally just no. But that's fine, because over time it will be refined. It will be made better. But YouTube aren't willing to do that. YouTube just want to make money, because they are a company. If YouTube wants to make money, that's fine, but then don't lead us into thinking that you want creativity and individuality so fucking much. I don't think YouTube is a good company morally. However, I think that it is a good company financially. They're not doing the right thing, but they're doing the right thing for business. If you want to make money, then that's the way to do it. Their status isn't improving. They've already had the whole PewDiePie making Jew jokes thing, and recently he just said the N-word, which might I add was a completely ridiculous overreaction on behalf of all the social justice warriors trying to get at him for saying one word. YouTube is struggling at the moment, but if they really cared about creativity and really cared about people doing their own thing and doing well because of it, they would make it happen a lot easier. They would make a way so that we could do better when we don't have every opportunity already open for us. But they never will. They never will, because that's how you make money. And money is all that matters to a man in a business suit. The YouTube system is disguised as something that promotes inspiration and the idea of community. But in reality, it is nothing like that. It is a bloodthirsty cycle of people undeservingly making money, and the other people who care about what they're doing having to flounder with third best, fourth best, because they couldn't quite hack it. Being a morally correct person doesn't make you a financially earning person on this website. And the fact that it never will is disappointing, and it's not very affirming for the future. Unless we switch to another medium, unless we jump shit to fucking Vimeo or Dailymotion, in a few words, we're fucked. I've been a Town of Fight, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you do subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. Links are all in the description below. I'll see you in the next video I make, which is coming hopefully very soon. I'll catch you all later. Have a good day. Bye bye.